want to take care of them. Why should they when the stupid leaders of the United States will do it for them? And that's what's happening, whether you like it or not.
Post me, baby.
Hey, baddies. Post for me. Ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy. I'm too bad and I'm getting no money. Since my name.
NASA dropped a photo of Michigan from space, and it's interesting for 3 reasons. You can see the fall foliage, you can see how farming practices and fertilizer runoff could impact drinking water for over 1 million people, and one of the prettiest parts of the state is covered by clouds. That part of the state has a problem. Say hi to the Upper Peninsula. It sits between Lake Michigan and Lake Superior, and is astonishingly beautiful. You can imagine that some happenings on the UP would affect the lakes to either side. If you throw trash on the beach here, it'll probably end up in Lake Michigan unless someone picks it up. That might be important for later. Now, Lake Superior is called Lake Superior because it's the uppermost lake. I like calling it Lake Superior because water flows from it to the other 4 Great Lakes. The lakes combined hold 21% of the whole world's fresh water. And underneath this cloudy spot is a...
Seafood dressing is my favorite holiday recipe, and that's probably why my family asks me to bring it every year. So I'm gonna show y'all how to make it so you can be the holiday hero too. Let's ride. Cornbread. Should be day old, but I got a little trick. You want to dry out your cornbread because it helps to absorb the flavor, but sometimes you ain't got time for all that. So instead, just crumble it over a baking sheet and pop it in the oven for 15 minutes.
No. Your room's supposed to be clean every day. I ain't got to check.
Which is just onion, red bell pepper, and some celery.
You're supposed to check it, so
now in the skillet, over medium high heat, we're going to toss in some butter and let that melt down. And then we're going to add in the onion, bell pepper, and celery with a little bit of garlic and some of my all-purpose seasoning. Once that cooks down, we're going to toss in some cream of chicken soup, add in some chicken stock to that same can and pour that in. Then give it a good season. Make sure you taste it along the way because we like to build flavor. Also, don't forget about your cornbread like I almost did. But once it's ready, we're going to add that to a bowl with the cream of chicken mixture, and then we're going to toss in some more chicken stock just until it gets the right consistency that you want it. Now get this one more taste before gently folding in the shrimp, crab meat, and 1 egg. You want to make sure you're doing it gently because you want the crab to stay intact. Add this to a 9 by 13 inch baking dish and cook it in the oven at 350 for 45 minutes. Pour until it's golden brown and set in the middle. You might have to wait around a bit, set a timer, and check it every so often, but trust me, this recipe won't steer you in the wrong direction. Full recipe on my website, so be careful. Once you make it 1 year, you're going to have to make it every year. I'm out.
Birds of the Caribbean.
But they don't expect you to upload habit.
You want to play with me? Okay, let's try.
She only 10?
Yes.
Come on, you ain't doing that. Come on. What are you doing? You videos alright?
No.
Oh my gosh. Come on. Come on. Yeah, switch. We switch. Workouts. It's fun to see yourself on screen, Nick.
But it's like.
Sorry.
This is a private area.
Okay.
Where y'all parking?
Then you just sit down.
Moving on shoulders.
Sit down, good one.
into my car.
Can you go and sit down somewhere else? This is very private. This is my house. I don't want any strange cars to park here with strange people.
Okay, but mate, I'm not parked outside your house. Your house is across the road.
This is all area.
Okay, but your house is across the road now. I'm just in my car.
Neighborhoods. People looking here. We don't like any car here.
Thank you for finding the top for me.
I don't understand what you say.
I said I'm just sitting in my car.
Doing
In
what?
my car.
Doing what?
Mate, I'm literally just sitting down. I've had a long drive.
No, this is
I've had a long drive. I've had a long drive, eh?
No. Listen, I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, I've been driving for the last like 5 hours, yeah. I did. Okay, well, that's great, eh? I did deliveries, yeah. I did deliveries and drive for 5
So you want to
hours.
rest? So this is.
Yeah, I literally had a delivery.
Where's
I had
the
a
sign?
delivery on this road.
Where's the sign?
What sign?
Sign says the rest area.
No, but I had a delivery on this road and then I just went to rest for a little bit, you know?
Listen, you speak English? You understand English?
Yeah, I'm speaking English now. Yeah.
Move from here.
Yeah, but what?
Don't make me angry here. You know what?
Yeah, but look, I'm not blocking any drive.
No, you are sitting.
Your house
I
is
don't
there.
feel comfortable when I see strange cars with a strange person in the front of my house. I don't like this.
Okay, but I'm literally just sat in my car, buddy.
I think you should move. Hello, Ali حبيبي. Go to the. إذا تجيني
Okay.
هاي سيارة واقفة هنا إذا يروح ما يروح ما
What are you?
هسه تعال هسه تعال. If I don't deal with you, my son will talk to you. I
Your
don't.
son?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm just in my car.
You sit in the wrong place.
What do you mean I'm in the wrong place, buddy? I don't care about your son.
Private area, private
Mate,
house.
I had a delivery.
These houses, you know how much they cost?
No.
More than $1 million.
Okay.
Maybe you don't know this figure.
Okay. Well, congratulations, mate. Buddy, I had a delivery. I had a
Delivery, go do your delivery and go to your
Yeah,
home.
buddy,
Don't
I've
stop.
waited about 6 hours. I just wanted to rest in my car.
Go somewhere else, go to rest somewhere else.
Yeah,
There's lots of areas there. Near the garage is there. No, this
Yeah,
not. You want to rest here?
Yeah.
This is not a rest area.
Yeah, but I literally had a delivery here on this road, and then I just wanted to rest off. What?
Even if you are bothering the neighbors here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just sat
You
in
don't
my car.
care? No, I
I'm
care.
making noise, nothing like that. I'm just sat in my car.
Can you see anybody sitting in their car? Look around. If you see another driver sitting in their car resting, I say, okay, join the company. But you are not doing this correct.
What do you know about it?
حبيبي please.
No.
لا تخليني أسأل ترى أنا رجال كبير أنا رجل.
My phone. I've got no idea what you're
I'm not your friend. You're my friend.
Okay, so then I'm just stay in my car.
Just move your car.
I'm going to stay in
You're
my
not
car.
welcome to this area.
What do you want to go?
If you're not moving, I will ask some people to move. Now my son is coming with his friend.
Your son, Alan. Little boy Alan. He's going to come.
Why you call him the one? He's 38.
Well, congratulations, buddy. He's 38 and he's still living with his parents.
Are you proud of yourself making an older man angry and furious for no reason? Just because you are bothering the neighbors here?
I'm just in my car, buddy.
This is your car?
Well,
You have a license for this?
yeah.
So Peanut the Squirrel was that much of a threat that you had to use SWAT, government agents, police, to go get a squirrel and a raccoon? And of course, they get there and ask, are there any cameras in the house? That don't seem sketchy to you? That don't seem like that came there to do something wrong? It's crazy. Everybody on the internet know Peanut the Squirrel and that raccoon. So basically what you're telling me is because of a call, somebody saying that, oh, Peanut the Squirrel and the raccoon have rabies. They're not supposed to have them. They had Peanut the Squirrel for 7 years. So that's what we're doing now. We're calling the police on animals. I don't know. Don't you guys think that we got a whole lot of other shit to deal with? But you know what it is? People don't want other people to be happy. See them on the internet, see them having fun with Peanut the Squirrel, see them just enjoying life. And what do people do? Try and take it away from them. And to make it so bad, I'm just finding out that they euthanize Peanut the Squirrel. So you know what euthanize means, right? Peanut the Squirrel and the raccoon is in heaven. Animal heaven.
Hello everyone, I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivey of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, and this afternoon I'm standing in front of a house at 4295 Delaspine Road in Port St. John that has become a complete nuisance to its neighborhood and our agency. This house and the overwhelming majority of the people in it are a constant disruption and a pain in the butt to their neighbors. the children in this area, and to be honest, your taxpayer dollars, as our agency has now responded to almost 100 calls for service at this address in the past 12 months. Now think about that for a minute. Almost 100 times our deputies and team members have had to respond to this address for various complaints that have taken them away from being able to protect the remainder of this community, just because the majority of the people that live or frequent this address can't obey the law. Now, the calls to this house have been for drugs, drug overdose, where Narcan had to be deployed, fights, stolen vehicles, needles thrown over the fence in the neighbor's yard, disturbances, and so on. In fact, 31 disturbances that we have had to respond to. In addition, our team has made multiple arrests at this address, as well as arrests of various subjects that were leaving the residence and so forth. In fact, just yesterday, we arrested 2 scumbags who had just left this house, who were both violent felons, one of which had actually broken into a house through a doggy door where a 10-year-old was sitting in the house playing. The people at this house are dealing in drugs, using drugs, abusing drugs, and stealing other people's stuff to finance their crimes, and it needs to stop. Enough is enough. The neighbors in this area are in such distress, they won't even let their kids go outside to play for fear that they will encounter one of these knuckleheads or one of the needles that they left behind. Now, I've never been shy about telling people that we target criminals since they target our citizens. So since the majority of the occupants in this residence can't obey the law, then this is what we are going to do. You and your house have now officially made my hit list, high intensity target. That's right, you inside the house, and you know exactly who I'm talking about, are constantly begging to go to jail. So congratulations, you are now on the sheriff's hit list. And as such, if you can't obey the law, you will very soon find yourself living at a different address, the Brevard County Jail. In fact, let me be very clear. If you're even thinking about visiting this house, you may want to rethink your visit. Because if you show up at this house with the thought of committing a crime, there's a relatively good chance you're going to find yourself a target of our agency, and you will find yourself on the way to jail, or perhaps blue lights in your rearview mirror. In Brevard County, our citizens are our partners. And in this area, the neighbors that are impacted by this nuisance have actually taken it upon themselves to install surveillance cameras that point directly at this house in an effort to protect themselves against the disgusting behavior that goes on here. So keep in mind that every single person...
Are you outside the house talking on camera?
Are under surveillance.
Go in and stop the criminal. What are you doing?
About sharing the videos with us every day. Now, folks, this is Commander Woolsey. He is our North Precinct.
They shooting a whole TikTok video
point person on this
while a criminal in the house doing criminal stuff. That don't make no sense.
Targeting those that commit crimes at this address. I can assure you.
Well, stop talking. Stop yapping.
Nothing better than to put bad.
Yeah, but you know.
We did it, babe. We finally left the States. We really moved to Canada.
Almost left during COVID, but this election was the last straw. No more right-wing fascism for us.
You the new neighbors? Where you from? Let me guess. Latte sucking, gender swapping, oil hating Toronto?
We're not Canadians.
You're immigrants.
Oh, how can you jump?
Why don't you go back to where you came from? Well, we thought Canada loved immigrants. That was the old Canada. The new Canada loves Jordan Peterson storming the Capitol and telling people to go back to where they came from. Go on.
Oh, look, honey. Freaking
I can't control my jump.
Hey! You can't just leave him there.
Not my problem, lady. Hallway at the hospital was full.
I'm fine. It doesn't look like it's going to rain.
Get back in the truck.
But Trump, this is tolerant, progressive Canada.
I will leave you here at the lamp, Helen.
Oh, no.
No.
Thank you, no. I'm working out. I'm trying to get on, man. You crazy.
Are they gone?
Yeah. Good one.
Should probably take that down.
Canada may not be perfect, but it's not going to get much better if Americans start buying up all the houses.
Wow.
Do your part.
Is this gonna stay there?
I got a pizza coming.
I got
Don't do that. I'm telling you, that's how you cause problems in the neighborhood, and people like you, something happen to you bad, man.
Please, I'll put the police before. What? What's new?
We are going to clean up the whole front yard. We're going to cut the grass, we're going to edge, clean up the sidewalk, so then we can work towards the stairs, to get the stairs done. There's Mr. Frank right there. How we doing? Well, I got a little surprise for you. I got a dumpster delivered. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace these stairs for you. Okay? Nothing. Zero. No, free. Okay. No, that costs you nothing. So I got all the wood for the stairs. Okay. I'm going to rebuild these. These are just far too dangerous to be going up and down. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to replace all that, and then I have the dumpster because I'm going to cut that tree down, and then see what I can't remove from all the debris back there and put in the dumpster. So hopefully you can use your backyard. Okay. So it's going to be. I'll be here today. I'll be here tomorrow. Maybe some on Saturday. Okay. Well, thanks. No worries. I'm going to start by just edging everything, cutting, getting it all clean. Then I'll start working on the stairs.
Hold on.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Come on, my pleasure. I love it. I love being able to help. You need anything, let me know.
How many legs did this get?
Alright guys, remember this is the part that Mr. Frank wanted. There's a whole lot more, so let's get to it.
In the sky, I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. I hope those angels know what they have. God hope it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you days in the sky. I hope you see
Disgusting.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't hear somebody for ID that you won't get me.
Yeah. I told you one more time. Step out of the vehicle or I'm going to break the window.
Disgusting. Owl?
Effective screen is 35. We're not 52 this morning. It was 3 people in front of me there. I want to pull this because this is outrageous. Okay. Maybe your driver's license and insurance. I don't understand why I was being pulled over. Can you show me the speed I was doing? Yeah, I was 53 to 35. Can you show me? I'm asking, can you show me? It'll be on the camera for court. I know, I want to see the camera now. I can't do that. Can I see your, can I speak to your supervisor? Sure, you have your driver's license and insurance? I'm asking for a supervisor. I'm asking for your license and insurance. I'm asking for a supervisor. Okay, in the meantime, I need your driver's license. I'm asking for a supervisor. Can I see a supervisor, please? Supervisor's on the way. I need your ID. And let me ask for your ID repeatedly. So, you don't have an ID?
What's up with this girl?
She's mad.
Well, did you give her a ticket?
I mean, you know, she was a stopper who said she was 153 and 35, and she refused to give her ID. She's requesting a supervisor from the clerk. Delightful.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
You came from the center.
as a rental car.
Yeah. Let's do what we do. You want to try again? Is the Sarge on his way?
Did you get the other officer to do an ID now?
I can hear you.
Look, ma'am. Hey, ma'am, just give me out for a second. In case you didn't know, we don't have to show you our stuff. Yeah, okay. You have rights too, but we don't have to show you that stuff, ma'am. But no, it doesn't work that way, ma'am. It doesn't work that way, ma'am. She just told you that you did. Ma'am, we don't have to show you our radar equipment. No, we don't. No, we don't, ma'am.
Who's asking for your ID here?
Can we have your ID, ma'am? That's all we need. I just explained all that to you. Yes, I did. Because we don't have to show you what our radar stuff reading is. No, we don't, ma'am. Maybe for court, but not right now. Y'all know we are too, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Still here, still waiting for your ID, but you won't give me.
Yeah. You can make this process go a whole lot faster. They're in or out. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Dad.
Babe,
Why you keep your phone so much?
can I tell you something? So I won't be able to help you with the mortgage this month. Because I was going to be nice and help you this month, but I spent too much money on Christmas with the kids and stuff, so I won't be able to help you.
But you never have to worry about a mortgage or any other bills. I handle all that.
But I just feel kind of bad because I was going to help you this month so you can get a break, and I overspent.
Even in debt, you'll be taken care of.
If this is the first time that you found my account, then you're probably not going to know what I'm talking about. But if you want to feel really happy, then you should probably stay listening. My name is Giovanna. I opened a cafe in May of this year. I'm just recently divorced and I'm a single mom to 4 kids, 3 of which are adults. This is my journey, okay? I have been so open and honest about everything happening with my cafe, the ups and the downs and everything, and I'm just so excited. We hit the highest number of sales we've ever had this weekend. It has been work, it has been so hard, and there have been so many sacrifices. Oh my God, this feels so good. It is so worth it. So again, I come on here, one, to thank you guys, because you're amazing. I have so many people coming to see me, to see me on TikTok, and it's literally mind-blowing. And second, oh my God, guys, I beg you, if there is something that you want to go after, please do it. It's never too late, and it feels so good. It feels so good. I wake up every single morning, and yes, am I so stressed sometimes, but I'm so happy. I get to come in here and I get to share people's lives with them. It's amazing. Like this wasn't even what I had planned when I came up with this idea. And slowly, as I started creating this space, all these past ideas and past goals that I had that I just kind of slipped under a rug started surfacing. And I was like, oh yeah, well I can add this in here, and then I can add this in here, and then I can add this in here, and then I can add this in here. And now I have like this amazing creative space that's like connecting people and bringing community together. And it's like, I did this. I did this. Not only did I do it, but I did it in the hardest time in my life, where I'm pretty sure my heart was broken 17 times. It came back together, and then I died, and then I came back again. And I'm better for it. Like, if you're broken right now and everyone keeps telling you that everything happens for a reason and you want to tell them to go shove it up their, you're right. Everything happens for a reason, and it was so amazing. And I mean, what I feel right now, I wish I could bottle it, and I wish I could give it to you so that you could believe. Because a year from now, this accomplishment will seem so small, but right now, oh my God, I'm so happy. Thank you guys. You guys yourself.
Do you know anybody that gets fired from their job for a Harris Wall sticker? Do you know anybody that gets fired from their job for having a gay pride flag? Anyone that gets fired from their job for having a Black Lives Matter flag? But I do know people that get fired for a job because of this hat, or a thin blue line, or even saying that America's, or don't tread on me flag. And guess what? We as conservatives are not going to take this anymore. And we're sending a message this election season that free speech is respected, and just because you support Donald Trump does not mean that your livelihood is going to be eliminated.
Well, that's choices of individuals. Nope, that's choices of individuals.
Okay,
I understand.
We can keep going, but let me just say this. It's not the choice of a publicly funded university that you guys pay for to be able to punish their customers.
Well, appeal it. I'm sure.
They
I'm
have.
Sure. No.
Thank you very much.
Take it further. Take it further. I guarantee you.
No, you don't
You want
guarantee.
last question?
Be surprised at how they say. Are you voting for Kamala?
I am.
Okay. What is her greatest?
Hey, free speech? Free speech?
Yeah, they have the freedom of speech to boo you. That's right.
Do I have the freedom of speech? Okay, so if I boo them, then it's an impediment of freedom of speech.
No, but I just gave you an open mic for 15 minutes. Let's just tell me, what is Kamala Harris's greatest accomplishment?
See, that's that question. You can't. Okay. The greatest accomplishment that goes back to sort of establishing an extreme. I can't definitively say, oh, this is the greatest, though. It's absolutely.
Name an accomplishment of hers.
An accomplishment of her? She got in. When she was the governor. Hey. Attorney General of California. She fought the insurance companies to decrease prices that they're not going to be price gouging. That's an accomplishment?
Wow. Okay. So that's worthy of your vote.
You support price gouging?
Well, no. I'm just curious. What has she done as vice president that makes you be like, that's my gal?
What is the vice president's job? The vice president is just president of the Senate. They don't have much.
Oh, that's interesting. If it's just a ceremonial role, why do we even have a VP?
Well, that's not the point. I'm saying.
She was tasked to control the border. How is she done?
The vice president doesn't control the border.
If you go to jail and not have no fight, then you know what I mean? I don't know what type of dude you is.
What was the most violent situation you got into while locked up?
The versus one? It was one. And it's the only one that I lost. I didn't have many fights though, cause I didn't mess with people. I mind my own business, but I allowed one person to team up with some more people when I should have just went ahead and just got it on before he even got some help. Some dudes, they claim they this and that. I just get into it with him, you know what I mean? And he just be like, he bigger than me. I'm size you up. I size him up, and I had a better chance to get him when but you know me, I was just like, man, I can overlook it, so I ain't stunning. He got two people to come in there, they, you know what I mean, felt like that I was too humble, I was too laid back. They want to see that wild side of me. But I'm in jail to get out, not to stay. So I'm gonna go up on the radar. They jumped on me, they came in the room while I was asleep. Nigga like, bro, you gotta get on the dope. Like, I've been here the whole time. I ain't nobody else putting me on the dope. But I didn't know they were for real because it's just like, you just got into it with a civilian. Y'all need to be in that civilian room. Or y'all want to come free pick me, huh? Because I'm little. I'm a free pick. All right, cool. How y'all want it? Nigga like, y'all for real? Like, yeah, I punched him in the mouth. The biggest one, I hit him in the mouth. He froze up. You feel me? Like, you weren't even ready. You playing with me. So, you know, the other two can't help me. They jumped on me. They beat the hell out of me. But, you know, the whole time they beat me up, I keep saying, I'm going to see y'all in the street. I'm saying in my head, I'm going to see y'all in the street. And still to this day, like, I'm still praying that God give me the strength to keep walking. Because y'all violated me. You put y'all hands and feet on me like, I ain't did nothing to y'all. Y'all ran for people that don't care nothing about y'all. If y'all would have died, these folks wouldn't even acknowledge y'all prison. So y'all want to play with me?
Alright, you guys, I know I might regret sharing this, but here we go. So, I've got 5 ChatGPT prompts for you that are so next level, they feel borderline unfair. Seriously though, they're like having a cheat code.
Yes.
Like, I use this every day, I love it. Now, fair warning, how you use these is totally up to you, okay? Genius? Absolutely. Sneaky? Maybe just a little. So, let's dive in. Here's prompt number 1. Got a product idea but no clue how to market it? Type this. Generate a full marketing plan for my insert your product or service, including a launch strategy, audience targeting, and content ideas. Boom, ChatGPT will lay out a step-by-step roadmap that makes you look like a marketing pro. Honestly, this one is a business owner's best kept secret, and believe me, I know I own a marketing agency and I use this every single day. Alright, so here's prompt number 2. Ever wish you could summarize an entire book without reading it? Here is what you ask. Summarize and then put in the book name in 5 key points, focusing on practical lessons I can apply in real life. You'll get the Cliff Notes version that will make you sound way smarter at your next meeting or your dinner party. Alright, prompt number 3. Are you struggling to negotiate a raise or close a deal? Use this. Help me craft a persuasive argument for and name your specific goal, including counter arguments and address them. It is literally like having a professional negotiator in your pocket. Trust me, your confidence will skyrocket. Alright, here's prompt number 4. Do you want to learn a skill faster? Then try this. Say, break down the process of learning and then insert the skill into manageable steps and suggest a timeline. Whether it's coding, cooking, or even playing the guitar, ChatGPT will make it feel like ridiculously achievable. And finally, prompt number 5, if you hate boring emails, same, use this prompt. Write me a professional yet engaging email to, and then insert your specific person or group, about, and then your specific topic. Make it sound confident, but not overly formal. You will never dread drafting emails again, and people might actually enjoy reading them. There you have it, 5 ChatGPT prompts to boost your productivity, confidence, and maybe even your bank account. So follow me if you want to know more ChatGPT tips.
I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please don't take. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful.
And Becky's on the ground. Damn, bro, this is a level in society, bro. Excuse me? Just dump it on the floor.
They smell really good.
This man just dumped it on the ground.
This is like fresh. It smells really good.
That's hard.
Oh, no, it's wasteful. I wouldn't do that. No, because I know times when this was precious for my kids. They English muffins, actually. This is so funny. So, like, this is weird that you would ask me to dump English muffins because it's almost a symbolic thing for me as a single mom, you know, of how I fed my kids, literally.
Yeah.
We made pizzas out of them. We made,
Oh, wow.
you know, toast, you know, we made all kind of amazing things out of day-old muffins and bread.
Day-old?
That was how I fed my kids. I'm a single mom, you know, 3 kids. I raised 3 kids on whatever I could put together, and sometimes it was like English muffins and white bread and, you know, just the things that you can do. Put some mayonnaise, some butter, some cinnamon, some sugar, you know, and that was the way That was what I said to my kids. I couldn't imagine dumping this on the ground.
Oh, wow, you seem very resourceful on these.
Well, you have to be resourceful when you're on a fixed income, you know. So, yes, I was able to really, you know, make do with what I had. And wow, this is so hitting me right now because the smell of this brings back memories of my kids, and it kind of, I mean, they're grown now.
Yeah.
They're grown, you know, and I don't see it.
Why?
They grew up and they went on their way, you know, and none of my kids still live in the city,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I found out this morning that my baby girl, I have 2 boys and and she had my second grandchild through her. It's my 4th grandchild total.
Wow.
I haven't seen any of my grandchildren.
Shut up. Really?
It breaks my heart when I think about it. And this is really bringing it all back right now.
So what's the difficulty to go see your family? Maybe it's not just at home. Because you didn't want to dump them, I want to give you $1,000.
Are you kidding me?
Long as I live, I never want to hear another word from a Trump supporter about DEI, affirmative action, or meritocracy after they voted for Donald Trump to be the first person ever elected president with no experience in government or military, voted for him again in 2024 as the first convicted felon ever elected president, allowed J.D. Vance to become vice president with no experience in elected office until last year, and now picked a white Fox News host to replace a black 4-star general as Secretary of Defense. And for Attorney General, the nation's top law enforcement officer, they picked an insurrectionist who had to abruptly resign from Congress this week to stop the release of an ethics report after allegations of misappropriating campaign funds or personal expenses, illegal drug use, sharing sex videos on the House floor, sleeping with the 17-year-old, and child sex trafficking. It's not about qualifications. America has never cared about qualifications or meritocracy. For white people, they only bring that up with black people, women, and any other group of people they dislike at the moment. If you're a straight white male or politically conservative, they couldn't care less about your qualifications. And don't give me any lip about women and people of color in the Republican Party. They are an afterthought who only exist to own the libs and must subscribe to the GOP's hierarchy of patriarchal white supremacy. This is how Republicans play identity politics. If Democrats get a woman, they'll find a woman. If Democrats get a black person, they'll find a black person. As long as the woman or black person follows their narrow conservative political beliefs, their qualifications don't matter. That's why they picked unqualified Clarence Thomas to replace the legendary Thurgood Marshall of the Supreme Court in 1991. Why they picked unqualified Alan Keyes, a random black guy from Maryland, to run against Barack Obama for the U.S. Senate seat in Illinois in 2004. Why they rushed to find unqualified Sarah Palin from Alaska after Senator Hillary Clinton got 18 million votes in 2008. Why they ran through Amy Coney Barrett after only 3 years as a judge to replace the legendary Ruth Bader Ginsburg of the nation's highest court before the presidential election in 2020. And why they picked retired football player Herschel Walker to run against Senator Raphael Warnock for U.S. Senate in 2022. Vice President Kamala Harris had federal, state, and local experience and worked with all 3 branches of government, and they still call her unqualified. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson graduated from Harvard undergrad, Harvard Law, worked for Supreme Court Justice, served on the U.S. Sentencing Commission, a federal district court, and a federal appellate court, was the first former public defender to join the U.S. Supreme Court, and had more experience than any other justice of the court when they were nominated, but they still claim she was unqualified. They called the duly elected mayor of Baltimore the DEI mayor just because he was black and happened to be in office at the time of bridge collapse. And they called Biden's entire cabinet a DEI cabinet just because he picked experienced, qualified leaders who weren't all straight white men. This is the delusional brainwashing of white supremacy. And for the Tim Scotts and Byron Donalds and black and brown enablers who occupy the lowest plank of the totem pole of the Republican Party, don't think they won't come for you if you ever dare to grow a backbone and step out of line. To paraphrase Jay-Z's use of the N-word in a way that won't get me censored on this platform: light black, dark black, soul black, real black, rich black, poor black, house black, field black, still black.
What the hell? I told you for it.
Whoa! Call the cops!
Hey, Jay. Take your headphones off. It's important. Well, I checked my account. I don't think I'm going to pay the mortgage this month. Christmas coming up. I got too much stuff to do. Yeah, I'm sorry. You mad at me?
When have you ever paid some mortgage?
I just thought I'd let you know.
In over 4 years of living here, have you ever paid some mortgage? As a matter of fact, what company, who is our lender?
I'm just not gonna be able to pay it this month. That's all I got to say. I can't pay it this month.
Do you know what company our light bill comes from? Water bill, gas, natural gas bill.
That's what it is. You pay natural gas.
Yeah, okay, alright. You can't handle more than this month, I got it.
Thank you. Thank you. Christmas is a little tough for me. And your birthday is Christmas Eve. Thank you so much.
I'll handle mortgages.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Love you.
Love you.
Hi, my name is Lacey Rust. I live in McMinnville, Tennessee, and I don't know if this will get any views or if it'll get anywhere, but I'm going to shoot my shot and tell my story. Warning, I'm starting the story off strong because that's where it began. October of last year, my daughter was in first grade. She was 6 years old, and she was SA'd by her father. The school knew about it. They didn't have all the details, but they knew enough. I took her to the hospital, and the hospital excused her from school for 10 days. Well, when she had returned to school, it was about 2 days later after she returned from that 10 days, and I was in the school drop-off line dropping her off, and the sheriff asked me to pull over, that he had something for me. I was confused, and he shows me that I have a subpoena for my kid missing 6 days of school, making her truant. And I thought it was over those 10 days that somebody didn't get the excuse, there was a mistake. He informed me it was for the year before. I'm confused again because the year before she was not truant. I had received a warning that if she had missed one more day of school unexcused, that I would go to jail for 48 hours. I heard the message, I understood it, she didn't miss any more days. So I don't have a lot of experience with courts and judges and attorneys, so my mind at that time was that I can explain this misunderstanding to the judge and it'll be okay. Nope, it was not okay. I went to jail for 48 hours. And 48 hours may not seem like a long time, but when you haven't done nothing wrong and it comes out of nowhere, it really fucks with you. And this is all happening right after, I think one of the worst things that could happen happened, and in those 6 years, my daughter's never spent 24 hours away from me. And they put me in jail after she just went through the worst thing ever. So we carry on, and then we're at the end of her first grade year, earlier this year, we're at the end. And every morning, this is probably the last 4 months of school, every single morning she is freaking out, not wanting to go to school. My child has severe autism, it's mostly nonverbal. And every morning she is pleading with me, every way she knows how, to not make her go. I had to make her go. And every morning when I dropped her off at school, it just broke my heart. Because I just didn't know what was happening. She can't tell me. So I thought I should finally make a meeting with the principal and the teacher and address the situation. And of course, we go in there, they tell me nothing's wrong, that it must be something to do with that home. I'm like, she's only freaking out about coming here, So then it's like, I'm done talking, and then they let me know that there's somebody that wants to speak with me. 2 ladies come in. One of them sits down and has a big smile on her face, staring me dead in the eyes, while the other one proceeds to tell me that Emma has missed 6 days of school, and because it's my second time, I'm going to jail for 30 days, with a smile on her face. This is the same lady that brought the fraudulent charge on me the first time. And, they told me that the next day in the drop-off line, the sheriff would serve me that subpoena. So I didn't take her to school anymore. My mom took her to school. When you tell me I'm going to go to jail for 30 days, it scared the hell out of me. So we get the school year over with. Oh, might I add, after I had addressed the situation with the teacher and the principal about my kid freaking out every morning, it stopped. All of a sudden, she's not freaking out anymore to go to school. So only God knows what was happening to her there. So anyways, we carry on, we get the school year over, and school starting on August 6th. She was supposed to start 2nd grade, and she had nowhere to go to school. They kicked her out of school, and they did not provide her another school or teacher to go to. So August 6th, and in the entire month, she was out of school the first month of school. had nowhere to go until finally I get her into another elementary school here. And her first day I took her there. She was so excited to go back to school. And we're standing there in the office waiting to meet her teacher. And the sheriff at that school comes walking in. And you could tell, like, just the whole vibe that something was wrong. And I could tell my daughter was now scared, which really pissed me off. And, you know, he served me that subpoena. And that was that. And she started her first day of school. And I got in my car driving home. And I realized the only way that my daughter could attend school here was if they got me on property for that sheriff to serve me that subpoena so that I can go to jail for 30 days. And I can't afford an attorney. I had to choose between paying my rent or paying for an attorney, and I figured going to jail sucks, but it's probably better than your kid being homeless. And it's just a surreal, maybe you gotta be the one going through, but it's a surreal experience. But what really sent me over the edge to make me post this was a couple months ago in our town. There was a big drug sting operation where people were caught red-handed selling drugs, buying drugs, and my neighbor was one of them. And no hate to her at all, but she does have a criminal record of other felonies, and she got caught red-handed selling drugs. Well, she won't be serving any time in jail for that. But me and my child's life is going to be turned upside down because I had the flu. Me and her were sick for over 2 weeks. And I am guilty of that. I am guilty of that. She did miss 6 days unexcused. And I was very sick. And I don't have anyone to help me. I don't have anyone to step in. That could have took her to the doctor. But yes, I had the flu. We both did. We were sick for over 2 weeks, and it resulted in her missing 6 days. And I feel like I'm being crucified for it. But that is, that's my story. And like I said, I can't afford an attorney, so I thought maybe I should just share what's happening to me. I think it's wrong, and I should have mentioned another thing. They kicked her out of school, so she had nowhere to go to school the first month of all August. I'm also being charged for that. Yeah. But if you stuck around and listened to my story, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a blessed day.
Listen, and we don't judge. Back when I was in high school and y'all used to wake up and your car used to be out of gas, it was because I took the whip at night and went to go see people. We listen and we don't judge. Listen and we don't judge.
When you guys are in the man cave, I can control the TV and shut your show off from my phone, and I do it often. We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge.
The times that I said that I was running late and didn't let the dogs out wasn't true. Never late. Just didn't want to go.
I knew it.
We listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Every time I leave the house and I'm by myself, I get something to eat, but don't tell anyone because I don't want to bring food for the rest of the house.
What?
We listen and we don't judge. Alright? We listen and we don't judge.
I intentionally put raw onions in your food sometimes to see if you notice, because I know you hate them and you never notice. We listen and we don't judge.
Look at his face.
We listen and we don't judge.
Sometimes when
I'm
I
judging, I don't
say
care.
that I'm broke, because I paid off bills, I'm really not broke. I just want you to buy groceries. No.
I'm judging. I'm judging right now.
I know
told me I can't attend Thanksgiving or Christmas with my baby unless we get a DNA test. Yeah, you heard that right, a DNA test. Let me give you some context because honestly, I have a hard time wrapping my head around this. About 7 or 8 months ago, I gave birth to my beautiful baby boy. He's perfect in every way, but there's one feature that seems to have everyone talking. His hair. It's blonde. Not just light brown, but blonde, but white blonde and striking. To me, it's adorable. And I love seeing this unique feature in my child, but apparently, to my mother-in-law, this is a massive problem. Here's the thing, neither my husband and I are blonde. I have darker hair, and my husband has very dark hair, almost black, and his skin is olive-toned. So I get why some might think at first glance it's a little surprising that our child came out so fair-haired, but it's not like this is some genetic impossibility. I've had blonde children in my family. My mother's side has several relatives who are tow-headed as babies, and genetics can be unpredictable. But my mother-in-law refuses to accept this explanation. She's convinced, absolutely convinced, that it's impossible for a child in her Greek bloodline to be born with blonde hair. According to her, this must mean that my baby isn't her son's. She's decided that the only explanation is infidelity on my part, and she's taken it upon herself to make it her mission to prove it, and her proof, demanding a DNA test. But here's where it gets more absurd. She's now using this as leverage to exclude me and my baby from family events. According to her, we aren't welcome at Thanksgiving or Christmas unless we agree to a paternity test. And if that wasn't bad enough, my husband isn't exactly standing by me. When my mother-in-law first started making these accusations, I expected my husband to shut it down immediately. I expected him to defend me and our child, but instead, he decided to play along. He told me flat out that he's going to Christmas and Thanksgiving at his mom's house, with or without me and the baby. He says he just wants to be with his family for the holidays, and he's willing to leave us behind to do it. I told him there's no way I'm agreeing to a DNA test. I shouldn't have to prove my child's paternity to anyone, especially when I know the truth. I told him, if you want a DNA test, go ahead. Divorce me, take me to court, and you'll see that you've ruined your marriage over absolutely nothing. But here's where I draw the line. If he goes to those holiday gatherings without me and our child, if he chooses his mother's unfounded accusations over his wife and baby, I'm done. I've made it clear to him, don't bother coming home because I'll be changing the locks.
Laying it all out for him, things between us have been tense. My husband doesn't seem so grasp how deeply hurtful this entire situation is. I've explained to him that his mother's accusations are not just ridiculous, they're offensive. She's not just questioning my faithfulness, she's questioning our baby's place in our family. That kind of doubt cuts deep, and the fact that he's not immediately shutting it down feels like a betrayal. I told him plainly, do you realize what you're doing by even entertaining this idea? You're telling me that your mother's baseless paranoia is worth more to you than our marriage, than the trust we've built, than your own child's first holiday memories. And he just shrugs it off, saying he doesn't see the big deal. It's just a test, he says. Why not just do it and get it over with? But it's not just a test. It's a statement agreeing to this DNA test would mean validating her unfounded accusations, giving her the power to dictate what happens in our family. What's next? Do I need to run every decision I make as a parent by her? Should I ask for her approval before my baby takes his first steps or says his first word? It's not about the test itself, it's about the precedent it sets. And then there's the baby. He's only 7 months old, and this is supposed to be his first Thanksgiving and Christmas. These are milestone moments we will never get back. The idea of my husband willingly choosing to spend them with his mother, knowing she's actively trying to exclude his own child, is beyond infuriating. It makes me question what kind of father he wants to be. When I told him that if he goes to his mother's house without us, our marriage is over, he looked shocked, like he couldn't believe I'd go that far. But what does he expect? How can I stay in a marriage when I'm constantly defending myself against baseless accusations? How can I trust him to stand by me when he won't even stand up to his own mother? And the worst part, it's not just about me, it's about our baby. This isn't just a disagreement between two adults. This is about his role as a father. By siding with his mother, he's allowing her to treat our child as if he's not a part of the family. How do you explain that to your son one day? How do you tell him, I missed your first Christmas because your grandmother didn't believe you were mine? I've spent the past few days trying to figure out what to do. Part of me wants to believe he'll come home to his senses and choose us, but the other part of me knows that if he doesn't, I can't stay. I won't let my son grow up in an environment where his worth is constantly questioned, where his own father won't protect him from baseless accusations. If he leaves us behind for the holidays, that's it. I'll pack his things, change the locks, and move forward on my own. My baby deserves better, and so do I.
If this world were mine,
Hey, I'm a new 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it, change and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it, enemies in front of God. Introduce them to your life, if it's strictly with the five. Five, 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 five. Hey, I'm a new 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I take it, change and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I take it, enemies in front of God. Introduce them to that life, if it's strictly with the five. It's a vibe, we a dance.
The only reason we're having this hearing is because somebody got their feelings hurt in a debate. And I don't understand why we're wasting taxpayer dollars. Next time, tell your big boy to show up and be ready to handle the woman in the room who hopefully will become the next president of the United States. Nevertheless, while we do have two amazing authors from Project 2025, which it seems like everybody got the memo. Like, yes, I'm going to double down and say it's my thing, but I'm going to make sure I also say that it ain't our homeboys thing, because we know that it doesn't poll very well with the American people, because the American people are woke enough to recognize that there is nothing good in it for them. So with that being said, Ms. Perryman, I'm just curious, and this is yes or no. Is Trump's name ever mentioned in Project 2025? Yes or no? Just yes or no? I got you.
Within the document itself,
yes.
There are a number of references to the former administration.
So is Trump's name mentioned just one time?
I believe it's mentioned more.
Okay. 5 times.
I haven't counted.
Oh, okay. Well, if I told you that his name is mentioned approximately 312 times, would you have any reason to dispute that?
I don't have any reason.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's interesting that we want to try to pretend. We're not going to pretend in here. We're going to work with facts and not fiction. So I also want to talk about inflation really quickly with you, Ms. Perryman, because we've talked about it a lot. I'm just curious to know, is the inflation that we just struggled through, was that global or was that limited to the United States?
Global.
Global. Seemingly, it was attached to this thing called the global pandemic. Is that correct?
That is my understanding.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just the United States.
No.
Okay, so it wasn't just a matter of the Biden-Harris administration in the United States is struggling, right?
I think the United States actually fared better than the rest
Oh,
of the
yeah. In fact, we are. Correct?
I think so, yeah.
All right, but inflation still hurts, and so that's why we have a candidate that has an actual plan instead of concepts of a plan. Or as I like to say, Trump only has offered concepts of constitutionality mixed with coordinations of a coup. But nevertheless, we're going to move on. I want to talk about the internet really quickly, because we wanted to talk about the internet. Actually, let me talk about the border real fast, and then we can talk about Texas in this way. I'd ask for unanimous consent to emit this article from the Hill that says Trump says, blame it on me if border bill fails.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you so much. Now I'm going to move on to the internet, and I'm actually going to talk about Texas because I believe that the testimony has... Yes. Were you faking being sick at school?
My tummy
Tummy hurt at school? But did it feel better as soon as you got home?
Yeah.
It did?
Okay.
But it was okay? But you weren't faking? It really hurt?
Yeah. But teacher took me temperature.
The teacher took your temperature?
Yeah.
Oh, what did it say?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I wouldn't.
Well, why were you feeling sick?
Because I'm not being good.
Not being good?
No. I don't to the doctor.
You had to go to the doctor?
Yeah.
You didn't go to the doctor. You said you wanted mommy to come pick you up and give you hugs.
Yeah.
Oh. So what is it? Study. Study. Were you really sick?
What for you?
Sit down. You verbally said. What was wrong?
I don't feel good.
You don't feel good.
So I felt trouble.
It felt terrible?
Yeah.
Me and my husband, this is like the roughest period of our life, right?
Right.
I had been on disability for over a year.
Wow.
And he was only working, so savings were gone.
Right.
We said, let's write in our notebooks everything we're believing in God for. Crazy faith. Just like nothing is too big.
Right.
Just put it on there.
This is also such an exercise in love with your partner, because when you're able to see and hear what your partner's dream is for their lives, for your lives, you can agree and you can work to that together. That's incredible.
Absolutely. And it's a trust thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
so we're so afraid to share our dreams.
Yeah.
Say them out loud.
Because it also sometimes makes you feel like somebody might think you crazy.
Right. Especially when you dream big.
That I'm crazy.
That's how big you dream.
That's my husband. He attracted to that little bit of crazy in me. He take it. What I like about it.
That little twinkle in the eye.
Is. He sat there and I wrote on that notebook. Now, mind you, I had maybe $300 in my bank account.
Okay.
No money.
That's not a lot of money.
Not a lot of money, especially not in Los Angeles.
No, it's almost no money.
You're broke.
That's
I can't pay that telephone bill, okay?
You're broke.
But I put in there, I wanted to buy a house next year,
right,
in 2018. I wanted to be debt free. I wanted to pay off my car. My car was like $11,000. I'm telling you, I'm putting stuff on there that didn't make no sense. I was like, okay, Lord, I need
outrageous dream. Yeah.
To me, $10,000 by the end of the year, just so I could catch up. That's what I said. I was like, $10,000 and $10,000 by the end of the year. I want to retire my husband in 2 to 5 years.
There's nothing in your life at that point that is looking like retire anybody.
No.
But you put that down on paper.
And that next year, when I was
I'm literally getting like teary eyed.
The God on the street. The first check I ever received after my viral video was $10,000. And I did that video on December 30th of 2017.
Whoa.
The exact amount I asked God for.
Right.
The next thing was like I paid my car off that April. That $11,000. That year in October we bought a house. How, Lord?
Right.
How? Within 2 to 5 years I went to retire my husband. I retired my husband in 2021. Like everything on that list flew off the paper.
Whoa.
I know we got 5 years. Says come right beside me. I've been waiting to see you left. She's sweet to me. Must be alive. Did I tell you, baby? You are the alive.
Let's listen to Jim Jordan talk about how they are going to carry out mass deportations.
And let's turn to immigration. Top Trump advisor Stephen Miller says that mass deportations of undocumented immigrants will begin as soon as Donald Trump takes office. I want to play this out for the American people so that they understand what exactly is going to happen. First of all, he takes office. Who's targeted first?
Well, he's already said that. People have migrants here who commit crimes. Come on.
How are you going to find them?
Like the ones who committed crimes, you go after them. We've had.
But I mean,
this
like
is
who
the Gary whose daughter was killed. We've had Rachel Morin's family who came in and talked.
How are they going to be found? Is it going to be the military? Is it going to be local law enforcement?
1.3 million migrants have already had their asylum case adjudicated, been in front of a judge, and the judge says you do not qualify under the law. We're the party of the rule of law. Those 1.3 million, they don't qualify under the law.
My question is how they get there.
They're supposed to be removed. They have a removal order. You start there. You start with the criminals. You start with the people who've already.
I want to understand. So people say, like, let's say one of these people is living in their apartment complex. Is the military going to come in? Is it the local law enforcement? How is it actually physically going to work?
The Trump administration, the Department of Homeland Security will work with local law enforcement and will focus on the people who 1.3 million have already been in front of a judge and said, no, you're not entitled to stay here, you have to be removed.
So let's move on beyond that population. Non-criminals. People who are in the country who are not legal citizens. Those who have not committed crimes.
We're starting with the criminal.
I know, but after that.
We'll start there and then go from that point. But again, this was clear in the election. This was one of the top issues. President Trump had the greatest political comeback in history. Won 30 states, won all 7 swing states, won the popular vote, won an electoral college landslide. This was one of the big issues.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm asking how it's going to work.
This is how I believe it'll start. And remember, they told him in his first term, he couldn't do certain things. He got them done. I'm convinced he'll get it done, but I also am convinced he's going to start with the criminal element and the 1.3 million.
And then
already been in front of the judge. The judge says you have to be removed.
Ultimately, will it be 15 to 20 million as he promised on the campaign trail?
We will see. What I know is if you send a message, if you send that message, I think that is so good for securing our border, which the country wants. Just the opposite of what the Biden administration did. Biden-Harris administration came in on day one and said, no more building the wall, no more remain in Mexico, and when you get here, you will not be detained, you will be released, and 10 million came in. So the country rightly said, let's put a stop to that, and the place to begin is with the criminal element and the 1.3 million who've already been adjudicated.
So the last question I want to ask about this are the dreamers. There are an estimated 3.6 million people who were brought into this country illegally with their parents. They were too young to know the difference. Many of them know no other home but the United States. Do you believe that ultimately they too should be removed?
Again, President Trump's going to start where I said. If you're talking about kids, you're talking about young people, the real question is the 200 and some thousand.
No, but I know, but that's not my question.
Allowed in, and don't.
My question is about the dreamers.
That's the real question. No. The American people spoke clearly.
Congressman, that's a separate issue. I'm asking about the dreamers because there are a lot of people who know no other home but the United.
Hello. What are you trying to do?
This is insane.
You're trying to play what?
Oh, he's playing with y'all.
Then do tell about him.
I know.
Yes, I'm Choso now. Because no one is Choso in real life.
Yes, it all around.
Can I have Choso, please?
What?
Or no?
Stop this right now. Stop this right now.
Track me down.
Bet.
You got the accent with it too.
Become Choto.
What? That did not come in.
Yeah, basically.
Let's see for my dog.
I died mine instead of yours. I don't know why.
Set for life.
My ultimate is crazy. I know. You only have one move too. So I want. Yeah.
She's just not the one. That's because he just doesn't like her that much.
Also, I Azia.
Because the reality is,
my name is Azia. You are Leah. I am good different, but I climb rocks. I climb rocks and I get paid.
He could absolutely be head over heels in love with someone
What?
else and treat them like shit if he
Okay, you have to hit me with that other. What the? Okay, that's crazy.
Anybody being treated well, regardless of gender, this is just my experiences. Anybody who is treated
What? Did you just give yourself?
Period. Full stop. Okay. But the thing is, if it wasn't he just doesn't like you that much, why are there men who
That's not fair. Just give yourself no cooldown. It's not fair.
still thinks about her. That shows that it has absolutely nothing to do with if you're good enough as the woman. And we
Also,
gotta stop saying that.
I basically,
We got to stop saying that.
when I use my star, I need to.
Not hold men accountable for their decisions. Instead, like the burden
How
of
did
that
you
accountability
already
onto the
almost
woman.
knock me off?
Oh, he just doesn't like you. Go find someone who likes you. No, he's just making poor decisions.
No,
Go find someone who makes good decisions.
Wording change is such a big difference, and it is so important
is crazy. Because walking away because damn he just didn't like me.
I bet different too. But I just need to let in. That's not working. That's not working again.
He has poor self-discipline. He made the wrong decisions. He treated
I need to
me
be
less
let
than
in. I need to be
That's
let
what
in.
happened. And find somebody who treats you
What? That is crazy.
I'm so tired.
Second part is crazy. The second part of the movie is crazy.
Oh, you just weren't the one. That's all it is. That's not comforting.
No.
And that sure shit is
Whoa, how do I?
with his decisions, because then he gets to walk away and go, oh, I just didn't like her, and I don't have to put in the work, because if I meet the right woman, I'll just magically fix. Then they meet the perfect woman, and they treat her the same way they treated all the other ones.
Feel different
So doing
than.
that is not only harmful to women, but it's harmful
I know
to
that.
the unhealthy men as well, because
How did you hit me for that? I'm not. I'm actually
they don't have to
serious.
make better decisions, they don't have to heal, they don't have to grow. They'll just magically become a better man when they meet the right woman.
This is what your gas tank looks like when you're running around on it. This is approximately 2 gallons of fuel. This is your float. This is what floats around to tell you how much fuel you have in your vehicle. Right now it's not positioned correctly because this is for demonstration purposes only. This is a fuel regulator to simulate it being hooked up to an actual engine, puts a load on the fuel pump. The pump is really struggling to pick up fuel. It is picking up a lot of air, which generates heat in the pump. Now, for my super techs out there that says the pump assembly is full of fuel despite how much fuel being in the tank, clearly they're wrong. There's not enough fuel in there, and the fuel pump is clearly struggling to pour fuel in the air. So on top of that, if I was to simulate the car stopping and going, it just makes it worse. Aeration kills fuel pump, people. Pulls in air bubbles, creating extra heat, not to mention there's nothing around it to really keep it cool, to back it up. And I'm you know, talk outside of my I don't make content for the super text. I make it for the average consumer who's able to pull in information and learn something. I do believe I made my story. Bravo, New York. If you want to see this full text, go check out my YouTube channel, Alex Car Doctor Out. You got it.
Are you still gonna be in the game? your special is the class. Yeah, your total. You forgot. No, because whenever I did try to use it, it's the fact that my because you had no cooldowns. I don't have no cooldowns.
I'm leaving the hospital. I have a handicap, a wheelchair user, and I can't get into my car because this big truck is parked in the ramp for both me and the handicapped car next to me. This is supposed to be cleared. There's a cone. They're not handicapped. They don't have a placard. They're just taking up this whole ramp space. I can't fit my chair in between there. Call the garage.
I have a combo, but I can't use it.
I'm just gonna call the police
Because Toto is so annoying.
I'm home. They went to tell them, but they gave them a ticket.
Come get the shower, buddy.
Oh, I gotta go in the shower.
You eat?
Yep. I gotta go.
The car's not in the way. Figure out how I'm gonna get out of my fucking car. It costs $0 to not be an asshole. So just don't be one. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
What happened when an icicle landed on the girl's head? Knocked her out cold. I didn't say that.
What do you call a penguin with a eye? A penguin.
Just the snowman rummaging through the bag of carrots. You can see he was picking his nose.
What do you think is on this grill right now, dude? Some predator movies. They're still frozen.
This is Snowman's favorite spice.
These are not one we know.
So,
I can't even have crowds on that.
What did the snowman say to the dog? I think he loves eyeballs.
There's a lot of talking stuff.
I see what you did.
That's messed up.
hey, is Robert available?
Yeah, this is Robert. What's going on?
Hey, Robert, this is Robert.
Why Robert in this world?
Robert, I'll just get straight to the point for you. Do you remember a girl named Melissa from about 22, 23 years ago?
Yeah, I just, yeah.
You guys used to date, right? You dated for a few years.
Yeah, I dated a woman named Melissa back in the day.
Okay, perfect. I wanted to confirm that. I know this is really out of the blue, it's just Thanksgiving, so I wanted to wait till after the holidays to make this call to you. I'll just get straight to the point for you. Robert, I'm Robert Jr., and my mom is actually Melissa.
What are you talking about?
Dad, I know this is really out of the blue.
Wait, just hold on. None of this dad stuff. I'm I'm not your goddamn dad.
Robert, you were with my mom. Think I just came up with this in my head?
Hey, Melissa, fine. We had a good time together. She had a good time with a lot of guys.
Hey,
You know,
what do you mean my mom had a good time with a lot of guys?
She was fucking nasty. She was a nasty girl.
Hey, you said my mom was nasty?
Yeah, I'm saying the woman I knew was Melissa. She was a nasty chick, and after a while, I got tired of her, and I broke up with her and walked away.
Robert, don't be talking about my mom like that. I don't appreciate that.
Fuck you, dude.
Are you really cussing me out right now, Robert?
You got me right, I am, because I know who you are.
All right, you know what? I'm going to talk to Jason about this, your son.
Hey, don't you fucking talk to my son. How do you fucking know Jason?
Well, I found him on 23andMe. How do you think I located him? Excited to meet Michael, Mackenzie, and Rachel, your other kids, which are my siblings.
Listen, you motherfucker. Don't you dare talk to my son. You're fucking nobody.
All right, you know what? You're really going to talk to me like that?
And that's bullshit.
You know what? Okay. You want to talk to me like that, Dad? I'm going to text the family group chat right now. He already gave me all the numbers.
Did you just say you're gonna group chat my family? Don't you dare.
I waited till after Thanksgiving to call you. I was excited to talk to my dad. I haven't known you my whole life. I get you on the phone and you want to disown me? I'm introducing myself.
Hey, I just told you. Listen, you son of a bitch. If you group chat my family, we're gonna have some serious issues. This is not something you fuck around with.
I just texted him. Look at your phone.
Oh, you motherfucker! Oh, you piece of shit! How can you dare tell this bullshit lies to my family?
I'm a part of the family now.
You motherfucker!
I'm going to call Rachel and Mackenzie right after we get off the phone, too, and let them know how you're treating me.
You leave my fucking daughters alone, man. I will fuck you up.
Forgiveness doesn't mean feelings change. Love is not a feeling. Love is a decision that we make about how we're going to treat people. And forgiveness is the same way. It's not about a feeling. You know, you can forgive somebody, genuinely, truly forgive them, and the next time you see them, still want to knock their head off. You know, let's be honest. The feelings catch up with your decision. Okay. You don't wait to make a decision until you have the feelings. We can do the right thing while we feel wrong. And that was one of the, I love that when God showed me that. It says, be not weary in well-doing. For in due season you shall reap if you faint not. So that means you keep doing what's right even when it feels wrong. And if you do what's right while you feel wrong, you're growing spiritually. If you feel right about it and you do it, it's because you've already grown spiritually. And it's really found in Romans 12:21. You overcome evil with good.
That'll be no money only. Just put it on for the regular time, 10 o'clock, and then we'll see where we are.
Excuse me, Brian. Ms. Brian, so up until this point, I'm still expected to check in regularly and do the normal probation process until January.
What do you mean by that? Tell me, what do you do? What's the normal probation process?
Well, because originally they were telling me that once I came into this review, I could have the potential to be discharged from the probation since I had did all the classes and everything like that.
So here,
right now,
I'm going to interrupt you, Mr. Lee. You're on a non-reporting probation anyway. So if they've had you reporting monthly, you didn't have to do that.
I said that originally, but they told me that the judge don't make the rules here. That was the quote that they...
Who told you that? Oh, hold on. Mr. Flanagan, call Mr. Farmer right now. Call him right now. It's going to be a great day. Call him right now. I need you to tell us who told you that. Call them right now. Matter of fact, you can call Mr. Wade too. Call them right now. Yes. I like you, Mr. Lee. I like you. You didn't even mean to tell on them, but you did.
Yeah, I didn't. It's Miss Bryson. She's no longer there anymore. That was the former probation officer that I had.
Let me make sure they have a meeting with probation while you on here. Let's make sure they have a meeting with probation, because if I ever hear somebody say that again, I'm gonna hold them in contempt. Yeah, but we gonna do this right now. Oh, I'm so excited. This turned out to be a great Tuesday. But you did not have to report, Mr. You were not supposed to be reporting on a monthly basis, and we get ready to nip that in the bud right now. I'm so excited for my future and yours. So, to answer your question, you do not have to report now. What you have to do is let us know when you finish those classes, the counseling. So, you can in fact have them send it to Mr. Flanagan. But I want you to stay on here so Mr. Farmer can hear it from you.
I'm done for the
I
night,
will tell him
y'all.
what you said, then I'm
Thank you
gonna
for tuning in if you're watching.
in front of the supervisor, so we can make sure that no other probation officer ever tells anybody else that I will make the rules. I am the rule. I mean, what? I don't even understand what. Yeah.
I thought so. I thought so.